Hey, what's going on guys? H. John here, and today we're going to be going over the This Week at Bungie for August 13th, 2020. This week at Bungie, we kicked off Solstice of Heroes. If you're anything like us, you're probably neck deep in majestic armor, smashing through the Solstice of Heroes event. Our yearly celebration of Guardians near and far has begun. Solar Arc and Void have each taken a turn in the daily rotation of elemental damage. A few of you have already completed the majority of objectives towards your first magnificent armor set, and are already off to the races on your alternate subclasses. They then go on to mention that tomorrow at 10 AM Pacific time, Trials of Osiris will return, so for all of you that are at the magnificent armor set trying to get your glows unlocked, you will be able to do those 7 Trials wins tomorrow. Next up, they take some time to explain some of their thoughts behind some of the decisions that were made for the armor this time around. Last year, a legendary Sparrow was available to anyone who fully masterworked every armor piece for all 3 classes. We got quite a bit of feedback that this felt a little too grindy for a limited time event. This year, we've shifted focus to the individual Solstice of Heroes sets that you'll be investing time in over the next few weeks. Rather than a single reward after completing the armor on all 3 classes, we're providing a free glow when earning the magnificent armor sets per class. Additionally, we're seeing some players asking why the magnificent armor isn't fully masterworked when earned. This year, our approach was to give players a new path to earn high stat rolled armor pieces outside of raids. As these armor sets have a max power cap of 1360, they'll also have a lifespan that lasts for multiple seasons. End result, players can spend their time finding that perfect roll through Solstice packages for the duration of the Solstice of Heroes. Even after the event has concluded, players can still masterwork their pieces of armor at their leisure and finish up some of their final majestic objectives to unlock their glow. And as a final note, obtaining majestic armor sets will grant progress bonuses on the other classes. So if you're like me and got your magnificent hunter set already, you'll have a 2 times progress bonus for your next character's renewed and majestic armor objectives. Once you finish up that character, your third and maybe final character will have a 3 times progress bonus for armor objectives. Pretty sweet, huh? With this change, compared to last year's event, we're expecting to see more players getting all 3 sets. So yeah, that was quite a bit of words, so let's go ahead and do a little recap here. Basically what they're saying in the first paragraph is, instead of having an overall reward, they made the reward individual per character to relieve some of the grindy feeling from the event. In the second paragraph, they are asking the question of, why isn't the armor fully masterworked when you get it to the final form? And that's from their approach is they don't want to give you random rolled armor, say a shitty roll, and then they automatically masterwork it for you. That would kind of suck. Imagine if they gave you a full set of the Solstice armor and then ended up coming at a 48 stat roll for the entire thing. That would make people pretty mad for that, to have that automatically be masterworked. So I kind of understand where they're coming from. And in the third paragraph, it doesn't really correlate to the other 2, but it's basically just a little secret reminder that they didn't really mention at the beginning of the event, and that's if once you complete a set of armor, the set of purple armor that you get, you will get a multiplier added on to your next character. So that's good to ease up the grind. Next up is a Bungie Foundation update on the recently added Empathic Ghost Shell that was added on Bungie Day, and also the Bungie Foundation Emblem charity events. And it's just sort of an update on that. I'm not really going to read it out. If you'd like to read it, there will be a link to the TWAB down in the description below. But anyways, let's move on. Next up is a Guardian fashion show. If you'd like to be entered in that, you gotta wear any piece of majestic armor from Solstice of Heroes, and you gotta take the picture on a destination. And once you've done that, you tweet at Bungie with the hashtag, and they'll be retweeting winners on Thursday, August 20th. So if you'd like to have a chance to acquire that special emblem, go ahead and tweet at Bungie before the 20th. Next up is a report from the player support team. First up they mention is that they're creating a missing emblem contact form for any of the contests or campaigns like the Movie of the Week or Bungie Store emblems or Foundation emblems or certain fashion show and art emblems. So if you ever won any of these contests or campaigns, go ahead, and you haven't received your emblem, go ahead and fill out this form. But they do caution that before filling out a form, that you must wait at least 15 days from the qualifying contest, win, or charity campaign. You also should check your spam/junk email folder, or just check your collections, flare, and general section for the emblem in the game. They then go on to note that there is a issue with the Solstice bounties and involving Bright Dust. They note that the weekly and repeatable bounties are not awarding Bright Dust as intended, and they're currently investigating the issue. They're also investigating a solution for those who missed out on the Bright Dust, but they do note that you can continue to complete and redeem your bounties as normally. Then they go on to note the following known issues. We are aware of an issue where Gambit Prime will not count for Solstice armor with Gambit objectives. We are aware of an issue where Nightfall the Ordeal will not count for Solstice armor with Strike objectives. We are investigating reports of doubled progression progress on Solstice objectives not working for some. We are aware of an issue where the Majestic Solstice Bond for Warlocks has an objective that incorrectly states to get 150 Super Guardian kills. The objective progresses correctly with arc super kills against any enemy. And they're also investigating an issue where shaders do not properly apply to the Majestic and Magnificent robes for the Warlock. And they're also investigating an issue where shaders do not apply to the Majestic and Magnificent cloak for Hunters. And after that is the movies of the week, and if you'd like to see that, I'll have the TWAB link down below. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the TWAB this week. DMG then ends this TWAB with a little statement, basically stating that as a reminder that this event is 4 weeks long. 4 weeks, that's a month. So you have a month to go ahead and do all these objectives on the armor, so go ahead and take your time. Anyways, this was Acer and John, and I'll see ya in the next one. Peace.